Now, I'm beginning to think that Japan might be Pixar's favorite country. Like, they seem to always include it in the Cars franchise in some way, if they can. Like, in the first Cars movie, we saw the Tuners gang. They're all Japanese imports. Then we saw Mater turn himself into an import in Tokyo Mater, the cartoon short. Then we saw Japan really represented a lot in Cars 2, as that is where the first leg of the World Grand Prix was held, in Tokyo. So, we've definitely seen it a lot, and here it is yet again in 2023 for this tiny little mini line originally started by Tomica for Lightning McQueen Day or 95 Day, whatever you want to call it. And we have a brand new factory custom of a very cool looking Mater that is kind of based off that original Tomica car. So welcome on back to the Cars Garage, everyone. Of course, today we have the Japanese Cherry Blossom Mater. At least that's what I'm calling it. It doesn't really have an official name. The listing name that they created for it on eBay is pretty weird. I don't even know what it's called. I think it's just Japanese Mater, or it might not even say Mater. I forget what it says, but it's a weird one for sure. But either way, it doesn't really matter what it's called because it looks just as cool. And if you missed it, we actually reviewed the Japanese Cherry Blossom Lightning McQueen diecast, also a factory custom, just about a month ago probably now. So if you want to check out that video, make sure to. But we'll be comparing them a little bit later on. This brand new Mater actually just came out not very long ago, just about 2 weeks ago. Didn't take too long. I ordered it right when I found out that it was on eBay. But you can also get it on, I think, AliExpress. I believe it was on. It was. Maybe it's sold out. I don't think so. These things usually last for a couple of years before selling out, but usually they're pretty easy to get. I don't know if factory customs becoming too rare, but sometimes they do. It does happen, I guess. So this Mater, though, obviously, as you can tell, it actually uses the mold and everything from the Cars 2 Race Team Mater diecast, which actually is pretty pretty old at this point. 12 years old and hasn't really seen a re-release in, I mean, basically since then. I think 2013 was the last time this guy was ever released in any way. I can't think of any other time he was released. You can tell mine's old. It's definitely got some wear and tear. That sticker in the back not doing so good. Peeling off. Lots of chips around the front. But still does the trick. And it's not a very hard car to come by. You can definitely get them online if you want. Now, but as you can tell, it has the same expression and everything, the same mold. But what's cool about this new factory custom is that it actually has a completely metal truck bed, which this old Chinese race team Mater did not have. That was actually all plastic before, and all Chinese Maters used to have plastic truck beds. So, of course, this is still like based on a Chinese Mater, of course, like the Chinese Mattel mold is what I'm saying. It's not like it's used from the Thailand one, which I actually have right here. Definitely doesn't use this mold because that's a different expression and everything. But you can definitely tell it's just a bit better quality for sure. Like with the truck bed, like I said, more metal. I don't know, it's just better. Like this front plastic part here on the engine, that's probably one of my least favorite parts about this Mater. I feel like it doesn't really match the rest of the white. Like I think they use a cheaper plastic, but everything else seems to be pretty good. Who knows? They could be using a really bad metal. I don't know, but it doesn't really look bad. It doesn't I don't know. I just don't know how they make these factory customs. It's a little bit sketchy to be honest, but it always is fun when they make new ones because I mean it's like basically like a brand new car. And usually they're pretty exotic looking. Usually it's things that Mattel probably wouldn't make, so that's why I like them a lot. And I'm definitely growing my little collection of them quite a bit. Like, look at this. If you didn't see this one before, this is the Thomasville Tribute Cruz Ramirez, who I also reviewed quite a few months ago. I also had the Apple Racer down there somewhere, but I actually just ordered a couple new factory customs in the mail. A pink Dynaco Chick X and a golden Lightning McQueen, which is really cool. And it actually comes with a very cool Piston Cup trophy. So, without any further ado, let's zoom on in, take a closer look, because this design is pretty darn cool. I must say, I do like it a lot. I'm not really sure what this side decal is. I was kind of like looking online to see if anyone else knew what it was, other collectors, and no one seems to know, so I guess we'll just have to speculate, but I've heard that it means something positive, something along the lines of maybe like happy or celebrate. I don't know, just some kind of positive word is what it means, that decal right there. At first on McQueen, because McQueen has it on his top roof right there, so I thought maybe it was just a Japanese way to write 95, but clearly not. If you don't know, these diecasts are obviously like I said earlier, kind of like supposed to be celebrating Lightning McQueen Day, which I think is actually possibly this month in June, but maybe not. I forget. All the Cars movies came out in June, though, so it would have been a good time to have Lightning McQueen Day. But that's beside the point. Very cool design, though. Very minimalistic. It's very, like, I don't know, it works. You know, it's a weird mixture of colors, too, like the light pink, the gold, the red, like a very vivid, bright red. Almost like a Lightning McQueen type red. And then all the simplistic white, but I don't know, it all mixes well together. I think it looks really cool. With that golden road with all the little cherry blossom flowers, all the little petals flying off. I mean, it's really cool. And some of the flowers are actually pretty darn big, and some are just tiny little petals. I just love the, like, it's not really like a consistent design, you know, it's just kind of out there, just kind of wild, just kind of does whatever it wants. It's a weird mixture of colors, but it all comes together and looks good in the end. Only thing I'm not a huge fan of is this front end, really. The expression, I don't really think it works all that well. That's just kind of expected upon these factory customs. They always seem to use the race team Mater mold. I don't know why. It's such a mellow looking expression. Doesn't really look like Mater, to be honest. I never really liked it, this expression of him, but it's not horrible. At least they did paint the headlight. They painted the bumper red, which is really cool. Now, the weird thing is, on the Tomica version, they actually used a brand new Mater one, so obviously he has his hood, and they actually put on a decal on the hood. Same decal McQueen has on his hood, so obviously this one is missing it, and I don't know, looks a little bare, to be honest. That's probably why I don't like the front end as much as the rest of them. I just feel like it looks a bit bare, and if they're not going to put that decal, I wish they would have at least, like, painted that engine a different color. It would have looked cool if it was red. I think. I like this Kabuki Mater, which I have right here, which we'll compare to him later on, of course. Like, that would have looked way better if it was a red engine, I think. Doesn't look bad, though. The eyes look pretty good. A bit cartoonish looking. Darker than regular Mater's eyes from China and Thailand. But that's because I think they used the eyes from the Tomica one. And they always had, like, more cartoony looking eyes, which is okay. Now, this side is the exact same. A little bit grainy on that decal on this side for some reason. Not really grainy, you can almost just see, like, some white specks in it, which is a bit odd. Yeah, all the rubber here, it's very soft. I don't know, it feels a bit cheap to me, but it doesn't look bad. Still does the trick, really, so it's not that big of a deal. They actually, look at that, they put it in the back window. That's pretty surprising. Thailand and China don't even do that. Like, look on the official race team Mater. He doesn't even have that on the back. Same with the Thailand one here. Also doesn't have the back window. They did do it on the Precision series one, but I don't know why. They never seem to do it on regular Mater diecast. It's a little blue. It's a little, like, inaccurate, I think. Looks a bit cartoony, but obviously, once again, it's kind of how the decals look on Tomica cars. Never has good quality, I find. And then he has some kind of decal on the back. I don't know really what that means. You tell me. Believe McQueen, yeah, McQueen has the same decal on his back. I don't know what that means. It looks like the same decal Todoroki has on his hood. Nice that they painted the taillights out. That looks good. All this part's red, so they didn't even have to paint that. They did paint the siren on top and all these roof lights, which is cool. That one probably shouldn't be painted because it's supposed to be broken, but oh well, still looks cool. The windows, very, like, opaque, can't really see through. Definitely not translucent. And all the tires look good too. They're all pretty accurate. Brown ones in the front, yellow in the back, and then on this side, brown in the front again. This side is blue for some reason. I don't know why. It should be white, but oh well. Looks cool still. I like this Mater a lot. It's a really cool diecast for sure. I would definitely recommend getting it. There's a look at the base. It says Pixar, made in China. You can never know what to expect for them to write on the bases of these factory customs. Like, look on on the side of this one. On the bottom here, it says made in China, children's toy car. The bottom of Cruise. I don't know why. It always seems to say something random. Same with McQueen. What's his say? I guess nothing out of the ordinary. Sometimes it just says random stuff like children's toy car. I don't really know why. I like the brown on the base though. Darker than a normal Mater brown, but this is my first factory custom Mater, so I can't really say if it matches the rest of them, but I know that They all had the same expression. They all used a race team Mater mold, so I don't know why they originally chose to use this mold. Kinda wish they didn't. I feel like it limits them to what Maters they can make, but they actually just came out with a bunch of new factory custom Maters. They made like an Ivan Mater, which I won't be getting because they already have Ivan Mater, the real one. They made a Golden Mater, which I'll definitely get soon. They've had a Rusty's Rat Mater for a long time. Anyways, here is Race Team Mater. Do a quick comparison of the two. Obviously, same expression. The eyes are definitely darker on this factory custom, but the entire mold is the exact same. And the windows actually look more opaque than I thought they were on this Mater. A little better quality on the... I was gonna say like better quality on the Chinese one, but then again, there is more metal on the factory custom one, so I guess you kind of take some things away to make some things better. Pros and cons to both. But, yeah, I'm just not a big fan of that expression. I never have been. It just looks so mellow. It doesn't even look like Mater, to be honest. Anyways, here is the normal Thailand Mater. They don't really compare too much. Obviously, this one's all rusty and everything. But I thought I might as well show them. I love how they do Mater from Thailand. They've always done a great job. The metal in the back. The rust detailing is so good. I'm actually really surprised they do that good of a job on them. But, yeah, different expression on this one, of course, as you can see. Look at that detail, though, on the rust. Very cool. And then, of course, we have the Kabuki Mater, like I was talking about earlier. The only really other Japanese Mater we've gotten. Actually, I guess we've gotten a few variants of Tokyo Mater as well, which I don't have, unfortunately. I only have the Mini Racer, but either way, looks very cool. I gotta say, Kabuki Mater looks way better, especially from the front. But Kabuki Mater actually doesn't have his truck bed painted, so, once again, pros and cons to both. I hate how this one has a sticker. It just peels off constantly. I don't know why. Always has, though. Let's get that. There we go. Let's get that big old umbrella out of there. Let's try putting it on our brand new factory custom Mater. There we go. That looks pretty cool. Look at that. I like that a lot. Wow. But yeah, when I look at them from the front end, it's screaming like it needs more. I don't know. It needs something on the front end. If he would have had his hood, it would look cool because they could have put that decal. But if they're not going to do that, I think they could have at least made the engine a different color or something. I don't know. It's missing something. What do you guys think, though? Tell me down in the comments below. Here is Cherry Blossom McQueen, of course. I think that's what we're going to end up calling this Mater in the title. I don't know what else to call him. 95 Day Mater? Japanese Lightning McQueen Day Mater? I don't know. Kind of call him whatever you want. But either way, I don't have much else to say about him. He's a very cool car. I definitely recommend picking him up on eBay because he's very cheap. He's only like $8. I think $4 shipping. Usually the going rate for these factory customs. But I'll probably have a bunch more factory custom reviews coming soon because there's a lot of new ones coming out, like I said. And I just ordered 2 new ones, so yeah, a lot of exciting stuff to come. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on the Cars Garage.